Today we're here to show you how to set up your new Rega Planar 2 turntable. And when we're done, we'll give you some tips on how to place it in your system for best performance. First, we think it's best to go ahead and make the audio and power connections before you balance and set up the turntable. That way you're not spinning it around to get everything plugged in once you've got everything balanced perfectly. These are your left and right phono cables. Red is for right and black is for left. These plug into a phono input on your receiver or amp or your separate phono stage. Next, we connect the power supply. It's on the bottom back side of your turntable, and you simply take the connector and plug it in until it snaps in solidly. Now that we've got everything connected, let's start assembly of the turntable. Next, we want to remove the protective cardboard that's under the inner bearing. It's taped down, so simply pull it out. Save this for future use in case you need to move your table. Make sure the belt is on the top pulley. The top pulley is for 33 and the bottom pulley is for 45. When you want to change to 45, you simply take the platter off and move the pulley to the bottom one. But it should be on the top for 33. Next, take your glass platter and felt mat and just gently lower it onto the center spindle of the inner platter. It should just seat in there perfectly. Next, just remove the protective red tape that's holding the tone arm down in its rest. There's no need to save this. Now here's the part where you need to be just a little bit careful. We're going to balance the tone arm, and we've got to carefully remove the stylus cover and then balance the arm. It just pulls straight off the end of the cartridge. Save this because it's a great thing to put on the stylus in case you have to move your turntable. Next, find your counterweight and screw it onto the back of the tone arm. And the idea here is we're going to balance the tone arm. So unlock the tone arm rest and carefully kind of hold your arm with one hand while you're turning the weight with the other. This position is not enough at downward force, and this way, as it's kind of going all the way down, is too much. The idea is to just kind of get the arm to float. And that's floating just about right there. It's going to have a tendency to pull back towards the rest. That's with the anti-skate, but that's floating pretty good right there. Once you're done with that, lock down the tone arm. Next, we want to apply the proper tracking force. The carbon cartridge that comes with the Rega Planar 2 needs 2 grams of tracking force. Rega has set things up so that 1 revolution of the counterweight equals 2 grams, and there's 2 little spots on the side of the counterweight so you can track when you've turned it a full turn. So turn it gently towards the front of the turntable until you've gone 1 full revolution. And it will just twist on those little threads. And then we're right there at 1 full revolution. We've got our proper 2 grams of tracking force. Now we're ready to play a record. The power switch to your turntable is on the upper left-hand underside corner of the turntable. Simply flip it, the turntable should start spinning. And we're ready to lower the tone arm onto the record and enjoy some great tunes. You've probably got your favorite record ready to go. We're going to lower the tone arm over. The first thing to do is release the catch on the tone arm. Make sure the cueing lever is in the up position. That's down, that's up. Move the arm over the top of the record. And Rega's got a cool thing. There's a little hole in the front of the tone arm, and that kind of tells you where the cartridge is going to land. So you can use that to line up for the lead out groove. And then just gently lower the cueing mechanism, and you'll be enjoying some music. The final step is to install the dust cover. Once you're happy everything sounds great, take the dust cover out of its protective plastic, and it just lines up with these slots in the back and drops right in. Okay. We've got your Rega Planar 2 turntable perfectly set up and ready to enjoy. So we said we'd tell you some tips on how to best position your table. 2 things to remember. The signal coming out of a turntable is very low and level, so you do not want to try to add an extension to the phono cables coming out of your turntable. Use what's there. They're usually about 5 or 6 feet long. You can't really go any longer than that because the signal is so low. Next, you don't want to put your turntable too close to your speakers. If you have some small powered speakers, it's probably okay to have it on the same shelf, but if your speakers produce decent bass, you could get acoustic feedback if it's too close. So try to keep your turntable on a different shelf from your speakers and at least 5 to 6 feet away from your speakers if possible. If you can't do that, some phono stages and receivers or separate phono stages have what's called a subsonic filter. That allows you to reduce any chance of feedback by engaging that. If you have that issue, check to see if you have one of those. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel. On our channel, we review great audio brands from all around the world. And thanks for watching.